Transitions are a beautiful thing. Good evening, late afternoon, whatever it is at your time zone. Welcome to Car Stereo Talk with me, Dean, and him, Fernando.
That's right.
We're super excited to be here today. That's going to bug me all show, so I'm just going to get rid of it now.
25. What's up, man?
All right, I feel better. It's out of frame.
What? What do you move?
The Stinger Roadkill box, that empty box of sound treatment. Well, we hope all of you had a spectacular week. It has definitely been one for the record books for us. It was a big week, big jobs, big excitement, lots of pickup trucks. We had a brand new 2021 F-150 to work on. We got to work on
This is the first one.
GMC instead of a Ford. So it was a lot of fun there.
But we still work in the Jeep.
And we still got to squeak in a Jeep. So, you know, hey.
Why not?
It's a hat trick for sure. So, South Carolina, Vegas. What's up? Hello, Cincinnati. Carolo, Dean. What does that mean?
What's that?
What is 25 hertz?
Carollo, like, what's up?
Oh, okay. Sorry, man. Two things. One, I'm extremely tired, and I don't speak Spanish.
That's it, huh?
Hey.
That's it.
What up, fellers? Texas is in the house. South SF, San Francisco. Oh, look at this question. Come on, man. Let us get through at least the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, no kidding, right? David, what's up, man?
I don't, what's up, Crook?
Albor.
I can't even pronounce that right now. Northern Maine. Eh?
Lake City.
I know you guys aren't Canadian, but you're close enough to...
No.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Lake City. Yeah, there you go.
Lake City is Utah?
No, well, we have a Lake City here in Florida. I feel like there's a Lake City everywhere. Could be. Salt Lake City is what you're thinking of.
There you go.
But no,
that looks beautiful.
A lot of things look beautiful.
Well, when we went to Indy, we passed through that. Lake City.
We ran through there and I had to take a massive crap.
Yes, I was like, dude, man. Like, no, wait.
Dude, that was scary. Luckily, that one...
Look, we get out from that plane and we about to go to the next one and then it's like, nope, hang on, man.
No,
I'm not going to make it.
I was ready to go. My intestines were going...
Not going to make it, bro.
We ran in. I may help you today. I go, well, what do you got? You got what do you got? Imodium? Pepto-Bismol, which one you got? He goes,
take one of each.
I got the Pepto-Bismol, and I was like, gimme. Dude, in the bathroom, blowing it up in the bathroom. The plane is boarding. We were like, the last two people on the plane.
We were the last one. I was
Fernando's
just waiting. I'm like,
this.
We're not gonna make it.
I know what's going through his head. It's like, well, I'll make it. I'll start the job on Monday.
I will be like,
get there.
Bro, I will see you over there.
Peeps or Cadbury egg? All right, listen. If you didn't see the Peep Challenge, make sure you head over to the Boring Life of Dean and Haley today. Haley and I did a Peep Challenge. Suffice it to say, Cadbury eggs are the best.
Okay.
I love Cadbury eggs. I have a box of them at home that I picked up yesterday. So, from Fort Myers.
Why not?
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
You know, I haven't had Taco Bell in a really long time.
Me neither.
Have y'all ever used... No, we haven't used that particular brand of... Honestly, we stick to like the big three, you know, whatever that is. Georgia! You guys going to Slamology this year? So, here's the thing.
That's not what just happened?
No, there's more. There's more than one. There's a bunch of them. But there's other big shows at the end of the year, towards the end of the year. So here's what we're looking at.
It's funny. Yes, Greg.
Yes, he did, actually. Yeah. They're sitting in the box right over there.
Yeah.
So he's going to take them home to Sebastian. So there's 3 Knowledge Fests that are scheduled for the rest of this year. So we have Orlando, Dallas, and Indy late, like almost freezing time.
Yep.
And then we have SEMA that's scheduled. Mm-hmm. And all of them appear that they're actually going to happen. So as it stands right now, those are the 4 shows we're going to try to get to.
Yes.
So
we're going to try to get
definitely, if SEMA happens, we'll be going to SEMA. Yes. We don't know how many days we're going to go for or how much it's going to cost me or any of the stuff like that, but we're definitely going to hit SEMA. Mm-hmm. And we're Orlando,
Well, we have to go to Orlando.
Knowledge Fest Orlando is in like June, so of course we're going to that because it's like 45
right here in the
minutes
backyard.
away. Dallas is in. Is it still August?
So
Dallas is August. So I'm really looking for. God, I really hope Dallas happens because I want to go over Thursday, and
it's gonna happen.
I want to go see the guys.
Dude, it's gonna happen.
I know it's gonna happen, but
That's
I
it.
just,
It's done. Like,
I don't know if we're gonna have to rent a car. If we can hit up Mel and have him just pick us up and take us places. Or Johnny or Oscar or somebody, because I want to. There's so many guys out in Texas that I just want to hang out with.
Hang out.
So,
yeah.
where can I get custom heat shrink cheap? Okay, I don't know about the cheap part, but wire care is where. Funny you should ask.
Funny you should ask. 25. Where can I get heat shrink?
So we get our branded heat shrink from these guys right here, which is wirecare, wirecare.com. And I will tell you this, that even though we're not supposed to talk about it yet, the shirt of the month, because they always do shirt of the months, we'll be promoting the shirt of the month next week. So
Yeah.
and it's a cool shirt of the month.
It
man.
is a cool
really
shirt.
Cool
You guys,
shirt of the month.
Yeah.
So
you should,
and they have a deal like if you spend so much money, then you get.
I think you get something.
You get a free shirt or something.
Yeah, something
so
like that.
you get the shirt of the month. So
Yeah.
so you're coming to Vegas? Yes. So we will be at SEMA. We're definitely going. If SEMA happens, we will be there.
Yeah.
That's I don't know what days we'll be there, but we will definitely be going to SEMA if it happens. All right, hold on, move your hand. Right here.
Sure.
Hold on, let's get this out. Is it okay to push an L7? You asked me this question earlier and I answered it.
Okay.
Yes, it is. It's okay, but keep in mind, you don't keep the gain down, just get your distortion, get it all set up right. All right, because it's not the power that's going to blow it. It's the distortion that you're trying to get outside of it or cause that amplifier to work and do things it's not supposed to. There's no you can always put more power to things as long as everything's dialed in correctly. The crossovers and all that stuff, and the gain and whatnot. So I just feel like it's crooked.
Yeah. You crooked. No, that was definitely crooked.
No, now I'm looking at the line across.
No, it was crooked.
Oh, okay, good. Was the 2021 F-150 more difficult than the 2015 to 20s? It wasn't more difficult. It was just time-consuming in the sense that we needed to work our way through it.
Yeah.
In the big picture, it's the identical vehicle as far as like what we had to do. The brackets were the same. The tweeter mounts were totally different. So from that regards, it was trying to figure out what we needed to do there moving forward.
Removing the door panel definitely is different.
Yeah, but
It's
the door
definitely
itself
different,
behind
but
it
yeah,
is
it's
more
the
or
same.
less the same, but because of the way they designed the new door panel, doing like block-off panels is going to be interesting. So I'm curious about that. The A to B system on that is the exact same A to B system that's in the current in the previous generations. So that was pretty easy to go through. The end of June 25th, 27th is
What?
Orlando. Dallas is the 26th through the 30th. And then
SEMA?
SEMA
is
is
in
October.
October.
Oh wait, no, it's not. October is Indy.
Oh, November. November
So-
is from the 2nd to the
2nd to the 5th.
2nd to the 5th. Yeah.
Yeah, November 2nd through the 5th is SEMA.
Eric.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
So, if everything goes right, we're either going to be hanging out with Kicker or audio control.
Or audio control. We'll see.
Hopefully audio control. Not that I don't care which either
Whoever.
way. I mean, we'll probably hang out.
We're gonna hang out with.
I mean, it's first time going, so we're going to go everywhere. Hey, from New York, what's up? Is there a dip switch 3? Is there a dip switch for 3 war?
In the Alpine Halo 9.
I don't get the question. Is there a dip
Is it
switch
this?
3 for?
4 in Alpine Halo 9. It's
What
like
do you-
for steering wheel controls.
What do you mean? What do you mean dip
I don't know.
switch 3? I don't get that. Type that in again.
All right, so running active
Yes.
with the DSP. Should I keep my mid-bass speaker at rated power with 80 hertz? Rated power? Rated power with 80 hertz crossover, or give them more power and raise the crossover point.
Remember, the crossover point is just, it's a variable thing, okay? So power isn't the purpose of the crossover point. the performance of the driver is more the crossover point. So a lot of speakers can handle way more power than they actually rate themselves for. However, you just have to pay attention to how they perform, and when you limit things like with a bandpass, because like power rating is usually a full frequency rating. It's not a bandpassed rating. So power handling will typically go up when you bandpass the speaker. So you don't have to get so like, it's not cut and dry is what I'm getting at. It's not a perfect world. So you can listen to the system, and if you're crossing it over 80 and you cross it over 110 and it sounds exactly the same, well then okay, you could cross it over 110 or 100, because at that point you're just creating heat and it's not doing anything. But if you're playing it at 80 hertz and it's fine and you're not having any problems, it's not bottoming out, it's not distorting, and you've put, let's say, double the power to them that you normally would, you know, like 140 watts instead of 100 or 70 watts, and it's sounding fine. There again, it just depends on the speaker and the motor structure. So don't get so hung up on it. You're just going to have to kind of, like we say, set it for 80, see how it sounds. If you need to go up, go up. If you need to go down, go down. But I mean, more than likely, you're not going to go down. Okay. What?
Yeah.
Oh, drop Mentos?
Yeah. Drop some Mentos. Yeah, I know, man.
The fresh Mentos?
Actually, Sebastian want to do that.
Mentos?
Yeah, he's like, we have to put some Mentos in the Coke. And I'm like, okay.
No, we don't.
I'm like, you do it, bro.
There goes your face.
It's okay. What I'm doing wrong, setting gains. Using a DD1 Plus 2017 F-150. Max clean out of the head unit. DSR1 is a 27 going into the epicenter / DM608.
Okay.
Match input level at the 60A to where the maximized input lights go off.
The epicenter should be after the DSP.
Yes.
So it should go DSP epicenter amp, not epicenter amplifier, not epicenter DSP amp.
All right, so we're using the DSR1
as an integration.
as an AR.
As an integration.
Okay.
Which actually you can take out, because if it's unless if it is Sony, then yes, you have to leave it in. If it's not Sony, you can take it out and just get the RCA 1 or whatever the hell it is that's just started shipping. But okay, we're gonna assume it's Sony, so we're using the DSR1 as a preamp. Okay, so we're going out of that into the epicenter, out of the epicenter into the 608, out of the 608 into the amplifier.
Yes.
Flip those two around for one. That should be the other way around. Use the crossover on the amplifier.
So you use the
time-
crossover on the
I would
amplifier,
use the
not
crossover.
in the DSP?
No, because you want the DSP to run full range.
Okay, yes, okay.
Okay,
yeah,
so
got
you
it,
want the
got it.
epicenter needs to be right before the amplifier, not the other way around. But the thing you have to remember, as soon as you turn up the epicenter, so that's the other problem too, is that the epicenter is going to cause distortion right away. Okay, just like when you there is no there again, guys. Like if you all right, so assume this. If you haven't watched our explanation of negative dBs of overlap that we put up 2 weeks ago on the Monday show, please go back and watch it, because this will help explain this a lot. But if you're going to be using an epicenter and a DSP and all the fun things, set your dB overlap down lower. So if you're thinking doing 10, do 5. Because what's going to happen is when you turn on that epicenter is automatically going to cause more distortion. It's just going to happen because of what you're trying to do. Anytime you turn up a bass boost, there's a delicate balance between bass boost and gain. It's all just level. At the end of the day, everything's 100. Anytime you add level, you're going to add distortion. So you just have to dial it back a bit, and then that gives you room to play. So you may want to turn the gain down some, just so that you can get more effect from the epicenter. But yeah, it's a house of cards. There's no doubt about it.
Yep.
Fourth order or down-firing sub louder. Fourth order would definitely be louder. A fourth order down-firing sub would definitely be more interesting.
So the fifth order is
fourth order bandpass.
Oh no, I was thinking Star Wars.
The first order.
Yeah.
Instagram question there. I have the CX-10 but need subwoofer. Looking to do 210s. Price is not an issue. Dean, what would you use? If I have 210s that I can put 800 watts on, okay, listen, I'm a big fan of Rockford P3s. I love the way they sound. There are a ton of woofers out there, obviously, by tons of different manufacturers now. It seems like everywhere you look, somebody's making a pretty decent subwoofer.
Hang on.
Oh, yeah, we only got 800 watts, man.
Yeah.
He wanted 210s.
Oh, never mind.
I was gonna say you're gonna grab the 12. Yeah, he was going to grab the Ground Zero big green 12.
That's dude. You put 800 watts in there.
12.
Perfect. Yeah.
It's 800, but 210s, 800 watts. I mean, I don't know what the application is, but I can tell you this: if you want to, like 110, do a Q class 10 on that amp, ported box. Be awesome.
Even I think they
save some trunk space. That would be awesome. Like
are we talking about in a car or in a truck?
Well, if we're talking in a truck, man.
Because I mean, if you do in a car, just a regular, you know.
Use the Kicker 10s. I do, with an LC 1.800.
Yeah. There you go. That's it.
There you go, Christian. Way to step up.
Christian
2020 Silverados, the Metro DSP integration option for Nambo's 7-inch. Worth the $350, or should I just wait for that data? Any suggestions? All right, so if you got a 2020 non-Bose, all you're buying is a high-level to low-level adapter, and it may or may not have chime control. That's all you're getting. It's not an actual. It's not doing anything like preampy. So it's not like the Ford where we talk about, or the Dodge where we talk about the reflash in the radios. It's just a high level to low level adapter with a DSP and a T harness that may offer chime control. I haven't looked at that one yet. So the chime control is kind of cool. There's no doubt about it. If it has it, I don't know if it does. The previous model had it. If it doesn't do chime control, then there's kind of no point. At that point, just buy a better high level to low level DSP, or a DSP that takes high level, low level on it. There again, even if it doesn't do chime control, you can always use the DSP. Like for example, a lot of these DSPs, like an audio control, has an RTA input screen on it. You can see where the chime is, what frequency it is, and just when you're setting up the EQ, drag that one frequency down, and that will quiet down the chime. So, yeah, I don't really see the need for it unless it's just like you're looking for the easiest way to do the installation. Otherwise, I would just buy something else and pick up that harness that I talked about earlier today on the show. Which
hey,
is
Ben.
The extension harness that they make for those particular DSPs, which I'm going to show you a very blurry image of right now. So these are the extension harnesses for the DSP. The GM, LN30, and the 31. That's so that you can move those DSPs. You can pick up, I don't know which harness is yours, but those are the harnesses you can pick up to just put anybody's DSP in there.
Yeah. All right, Ben. He dropped 10. Thank you, man.
What do you got?
Hey, Dean. Yeah. Or Fernando.
Either
Were
one.
you guys able to check out the link I sent you for the Mercedes E300? If you send in like an email?
Oh, I bet you I think I know who this is, and I think he probably sent it to Paul, and Paul has not forwarded it to me yet.
Okay.
So I will check next week, because he's already gone for the week. I think I know what you're talking. I think he's the one that stopped by the other day.
Okay.
That I asked him to send me the links.
Okay.
And Paul just hasn't forwarded them to me yet. It's been a real hectic week this week.
Oh my
so
God, yes.
I mean, I haven't honestly, like, I was. Normally I try to keep up with my email because I'm good. I have 80 unread emails in the folder that I actually that I actually pay attention to.
Helix Amplifier.
So,
okay.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yes,
So,
Ben. Yep, I know exactly who you are. I have not looked at it yet.
What the heck, man?
How often did I talk to Paul this week? Thankfully, not that often.
Yeah.
What subs would you run in an LC5 1300 for my Ford F-150? We've done that, and for me, the Comp RTs sound wonderful in the F-150, but there again, depends on what kind of box you're going to go with. It's enough power to where you could do like one L7T.
Okay.
You could do two Comp RT 10s, and I bet you could probably do like two P2 10s and a Fox Acoustics box. Like if you want like stupid bass, but with that amount of power.
Okay.
Or you could probably even do like the Comp Rs. The regular Comp Rs in a Fox acoustic box. The only reason why I go Rockford in that one is because how low they sit to the floor, and the grills that you can get for the Rockford, in my opinion, are way nicer. They are just nicer. It's not even an opinion. But there you go.
Yeah.
The question, SQ or SPL? I can tell you guys right now that most people, those letters don't mean bupkis.
Nothing.
You know what I was going to say, but
yeah.
they don't mean anything.
Well, it doesn't mean nothing for the people that
most people have no idea.
Correct, because dude,
and this week has just been the week to prove that.
See,
I proved it 100% because you know when you have a conversation with somebody, not necessarily this week or any week, but it's your definition of SQ and my definition of SQ and his definition of SQ and Fernando's definition of SQ are not the same thing. And as far as SPL goes, the only SPL, when you say SPL, the only thing I think of is when I stick my head in the car and my hair goes, that is SPL. Everything else is just a variation of somebody's version of sound quality.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody has different opinion of sound quality.
So like when I set up a car for what I think you call like this is sound quality. This is it's what we call dynamic sound quality that has a nice feel. You get in and it just gives you little hairs tingle and you're just like everything sounds good and it's loud and it's presence and there's separation and there's somebody in the center of the dash singing to you and it just sounds wonderful. And then you go, nah, that's not it. That's not my version of sound quality. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
Because everyone has their opinion. It's our job to make sure that we can move it towards whatever you feel you like. So when you say, well, I want sound quality, not necessarily. You know.
Well, see, I always say, so what is your definition or what is your...
Yeah, but the thing is they don't know.
That's my point. Like, okay.
I'm gonna get a T-shirt.
What is your background?
I'm gonna get a T-shirt that says, "This ain't my cracker, bitch."
Okay, yeah, why not?
Try another cracker. And then they'll go, you mean a white guy? No, another. Oh, it's like, come on.
Yeah, it's just like, what's the fundamental that you have for sound quality? Do you hear something that was like a sound quality car? And if it's not, it's like, so, no.
He also, I like this, if Fernando got a raise, he's way more into this now. Yeah, he knows I'm really tired and he's drinking a Coke. So he's got me beat on energy by about 10-fold. So, and I love it more when he talks anyways. All right.
Enjoy
Brian.
The rest of the weekends. Thank you, Brian.
Yeah, Christian, you just want to blow speakers, man.
Whoa. Hang on. Don't blow those beautiful speakers, man.
I know, but come on, man. He's a tweeter meaner. He's mean to tweeters.
Do you put your tweeters 15
dBs?
Yeah.
I'm installing a Sony into my 05 Silverado, and I just need to know where I connect red ignition wire on my Sony head unit to on my RP5 harness interface, hoping to get a quick answer. I mean, if you have an RP5, there's a red wire coming off of the RP5. There's a red and a red white. You want the red. That is your ignition wire for your Sony.
Yes.
That's it. Color for color. There's well, okay, I take that back. RP5 could be, but the red ignition wire coming off of the RP5 that goes through the relay, because that'll have a relay on it because it's an RP5. That's what gets hooked up to the Sony. That's red for red. Shouldn't be anything else there.
Yes.
Nano, get Family Dollar cough drops.
No, man. Well, they actually $1 there. Yeah.
The word yet on that conversation, Christian, you should be ashamed of yourself. It's the red coming off my Sony. There should be a red coming off your Sony, yes. And there should also be a red coming off of the RP5.
Yes.
You just connect those two together. Any wiring harnesses for the 2019 Chevy Traxxas LT, or should I buy factory and reverse it myself?
Right there.
Okay. So this is it right here. These two harnesses should be what you're looking for. It's going to be one of these two. And then you're going to use these harnesses to create the harness that you need, meaning these aren't going to have like, it looks, I got to buy, I don't know if Paul's got these in yet. Once he does, because because we know how popular GM is. But one of these two harnesses is going to be what you're going to need for your GM. Okay, these are extension cables that you can use to make a T-harness for. So if you take a screenshot right now so that you can get that information.
Screenshot. All right. Dean, a topic for Monday's show can be RMS versus real power. Two speakers. Explain it. Example, more like Morel 140 RMS, but you can go to 400.
Yeah.
You carefully, of course, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'll add that to the list.
Yeah. Add it to the list.
I'm going to have to talk to a speaker engineer. See, the thing is a lot of those things, like, obviously we know this information, but now I have to, once we put it into that, like, make slides and stuff like that, we have to be 100% to answer the questions. So,
all right.
So we want RMS versus what? Peak?
Real power, yes.
Oh, okay, real power. Okay.
Real power. RMS versus real power. Right now, I'm running the 2 6.5 Scars.
Changed. Yeah.
I had the Ground Zero. Sounds really nice. Change it because of the amplifier that we're running right now. It has to be a 2 ohm. I love the small subwoofers.
I think some people are scared of the red wire on Pack Radio Pro harnesses because they say something about a low output in the description and on the little sticker attached to the red wire. Tyler, you're correct. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. Is it Tyler? Yeah.
Tyler.
You're 100% correct. And that
Terrell.
Terrell. My bad.
Terrell.
T.
There you
What's up,
go.
T? This is something that we always talk about when we're talking about wiring up a harness, is when you read the instruction manuals, you have to see what the amount of amperage of the red wire output is on the Pack harness. Most of the newer models have the little black relay inside of the harness. If it has the relay, you don't have to worry about it. It's whatever your constant 12 volts from the car is providing is going to be what's passing through that relay. However, on the units that don't have relays, it could have a 1 amp to 10 amp output. That's what that little flag is telling you, caution, 3 amp output. If you're just doing a radio and nothing else, then it will turn on a radio because the accessory wire is not a draw wire anymore for a radio. And what I mean by that is, in the past, the accessory wire is what powered up the radio, and the other yellow wire was a memory wire, meaning that it was just it didn't draw, it draw the minimal amount of current just to keep the clock set on the radio. Those have switched, and now the accessory wire is the low amperage wire, meaning it's just turning it on, turning it off, there's no draw over that wire, and the constant 12 volts is the draw wire. So the red wire has become, essentially, if you want to think about it, the remote turn on. So out of the RP products, or even the Metro products, it's a low amperage output because it only sees itself as turning on the radio. Unfortunately, we still hook up backup cameras, power antennas, maybe some funky lighting, and those things to that wire. That's why they put the little flag on there that says 3 amps of output. If requiring more, just like you would with a remote turn on, you would hook up an additional relay so that you could then up the amperage and do whatever you want after the fact. So that's the only scary part about the red wire. But think of the red wire as the car's remote turn on. As you know, you wouldn't hook your radio's remote turn on up to all those things because you know that you're only supposed to hook up maybe 2 amps tops, or maybe an amp, or go to a DSP that has a relay built into it and will turn everything else on. So that's your car's remote turn on. Think of it like that, and then you'll be fine as far as how you're going to use it. Yeah, that makes sense? I mean, kind of makes sense to me. But my brain works differently.
Of course.
T-harness for the Kia. There again, go to metroonline.com. Go to that radio model. They have a 70 harness. They have a 71 harness. Buy 2 70s. Buy a 71. Rock on. You can make your own T-harness.
Thank you, Tom, for the 5, man. Says the best you ever heard is your reference.
buy a good set of headphones, man.
Yeah.
All you guys that don't have a good set of headphones or a means to play it, that's the best way to learn sound quality. You know, get a nice set of like not Beats by Dre acoustically flat headphones, like some Sennheisers or the monoliths that I have that I use to edit the show in every night are very flat. I prefer planar headphones. I like the way those things sound as opposed to just a standard little crappy speaker headphone. I think the planars give me a more realistic soundstage.
You have the stacks?
I do not have the stacks.
No, I say you have stacks of headphones.
I have stacks of headphones. I wish I had some stacks. I'll get some at some point. You know, CNC machine or a set of stacks.
I think CNC machine.
I think CNC machine too. Considering how much music I listen to, yeah.
Oh, totally. Channel per channel, 2020 Civic.
Yeah.
No XD kind. Oh yeah, there's no harness on the Canada.
Yeah.
Using 608. What frequency should I use to set the gains?
Ooh.
What level that head unit clips?
So that's one of those tricky ones that we've talked about in the past where the great thing about a distortion detector is when you're using an aftermarket radio or a radio that has a preamp section output factory going through like Ampro or something like that, or AR or Zen or Mobridge or whatever, that has an acoustically flat output, like it's real easy to still use your distortion detector. When you're dealing with a factory radio, that's where it gets kind of tricky. Now, the 608 has a auto EQ feature, all right? And the auto EQ feature is designed to kind of flatten out that predetermined EQ that's on there. What I would probably do is do that first, okay? And then do your 1000 hertz, okay, and see what it looks like, okay, before you start to EQ the car. You can use your 1000 hertz test tone and see what it looks like. But then I would also try playing some of the frequencies around it. So, and why I'm saying this is because if the factory has an EQ curve on it, and they take 40 hertz and they lower it drastically down like we know they do, and they take a, and let's say 1000 hertz, let's say it's EQ'd up or EQ'd down. Those are going to be two terrible frequencies to use. So the 608 has the EQ on it, all right? So if you de-EQ it first, or do the auto EQ feature, and then you play some pink noise, and you look at what the EQ is doing, like the RTA is showing you, you can see where your high and low spots are. Those are going to be the frequencies you're going to want to use. And the reason for that is, you know, if that 1000 hertz, let's say it has a 4 dB dip below each other frequency. So like this frequency is fine, this one's down like this, but you're using this one, the low one here, to set your gain. Well, you've just clipped the crap, just like I'm doing with the picture. I'm clipping it, but this one's still good. So use the RTA, the input RTA. That is going to help you set your gains. I know it sounds weird, but you can use that to set your gains. You also pay attention to, I like to keep my gains low in this situation so I have a little bit more control, because if I keep them low as humanly possible, then I can actually EQ up. And the nice thing about EQing up on a factory stereo is that it will actually help you out, because you're going to have all kinds of strange peaks and dips. If you keep your gain low and you raise some of the frequencies in the EQ to help you like match left to right, then you're okay. You can gain last, all right? But you now have a peak point. So for example, if there's a huge dip on the driver's side and a huge boost on the passenger side, and you raise this one a little bit and cut that one a little bit, all right, to make them match, if it's gained up, you gotta, like if you have your gain up, now you gotta gain down. So you gotta pull both of them down, and that sucks. So if you keep it low throughout the setting process and gain last, then you'll actually end up better. There again, it's just different styles to get to the same place, but I think my way works better.
Fox Acoustics makes a box for the F-150.
Beautiful box.
That can fit most full-size subwoofers.
100%
Will
correct.
that change your suggestions on the P2s or Comp RTs?
No, because I was going to use the same box for either one of them. If you're a Kicker fan, go Comp RTs. I like the way
Comp Rs.
Comp Rs. Sorry.
Because
you don't do Comp R.
Comp
you don't
RT
need
it's the shallow.
If you're gonna go Fox acoustic, you go full size driver. So in that, I'm either buying a P2s or Comp Rs.
I mean, the P3 doesn't fit.
The P3 would fit too, but I don't think that amplifier has enough power for 2 P3s.
Okay.
Because P3 needs like 1,000 watts.
Yeah.
That's not that. So P2s, we know P2s, super efficient. Put it in that big ass ported box. That thing's gonna slam. Both of those two drivers are gonna slam. I like the fatter, boomier sound that the Rockford does. I've said that a million times. It's not that I don't like the kickers. I like them too. I'm not going to kick either one of them out of bed.
Kicker, the kicker?
I'm going to keep them both. Hug them. But
all right.
I like big fat.
Is there a dash kit for a 2007 Infinity M35 radio?
Probably not.
So. No. No, they haven't made nothing. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Need more gain on the amp. Always need. Just crank up, man. Turn it up to 11 and break the knob off.
Yeah.
Isn't that how that goes? Isn't that the phrase?
Of course.
What do you got?
Oh man. Alright, so can you guys stop the cigarette lighter wire for accessory? If that's a cigarette lighter switch.
Yeah. Of course you can. Keep in mind though, there again, you have to know how big the circuit is. Anytime you draw off another circuit, like a cigarette lighter circuit is typically a 10 amp circuit. Some of them are 15 amp circuits. So depending on what you're going to be drawing off of it, you have to hook up accordingly. If you're drawing something that has like 20 amps of current, then you're going to use that to trigger a relay. So always remember amperage is important, fusing, whatnot. But yeah, if you're going to use it like for example, like FM modulators. We would do FM modulators all the time. Cigarette lighter, switch current. FM modulator draws like an amp and a half, maybe 2 amps tops.
Not even.
Click, click, done. You're out. Rock on. Hey, here you go. It's not going to affect anything.
Yeah.
I have a C10. I want to use Kicker L7Ts. Then you should, because they're exceptional. You'll love them.
They are.
What is Angel all like?
Help anyone. I'm trying to get to this. So.
What's your favorite install of all time and why? Oh, God, that sounds like a Hi-Fi Vega question. Do you have a favorite install that you've done? I mean, I gotta be honest with you, I don't remember like last week. So I don't really have a favorite install that I've done. I mean, like when we were going through pictures today, when we were talking about the plan for Gabby's car, it's like, oh, I don't remember doing that. Oh, wow. You know,
it's just, I think it's just, it's hard for us because you keep changing and changing and changing and changing.
Well, not just that. I mean, I'll literally go through my phone to like find a picture to post.
All right, so if we just go,
remember doing that.
So if we just go for the look, if you guys see the calendar on the Clean Wire Club, one of the main pictures.
Yours is still up here. Did you take one home yet?
Yeah. Okay. One of the main picture, it's Nissan Altima that we went all active, audio control.
Yeah, this is on their
DMA10.
Yeah, that one.
Dude, that's it.
I think this is Jeff's.
Jeff's who?
Jeff Smith's. I think he forgot his.
Oh, his calendar?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so that will be one of the I really enjoy that one. So
what does the color amp mean? For example, blue, red, green, and yellow. Which is negative and positive? What does the color amps mean? For example, blue, red, green, yellow. Which is negative, which is positive?
So we talk about
color wires. I mean, those colors are all in amplifiers. So I mean, like blue is always remote turn on. Red is going to be an accessory or a 12 volt.
Yellow.
Green is going to be
parking brake,
passenger rear. Light green is going to be parking brake. Green with a black stripe, or white with a black stripe, or gray with a black stripe, or purple with a black stripe is going to be the negative, corresponding to its matching solid color.
We have a video.
Yellow is going. We have a lot of videos. Yellow is going to be constant 12 volts.
Yeah.
What color did I miss? Yeah.
That's it.
Black is going to be negative. Silver is going to be negative. Pink is going to be vehicle speed sense. Purple with white is going to be backup camera, or a reverse trigger, I should say. Yeah.
Fernando, how much power have you have on the hybrids now? I bridge the 5-channel, and I add the 2.300 to my tweeters, and of course the 5th channel it's for the subwoofer. So yeah, it's like a 400 watts in each door.
Dude, so trying to hook up your kicker key and your 2012 Chevy Cruze, can't find color wires for tweeter color. It's a non-amplified system. Okay. Have you gone to the tweeters? That's the easiest place to start. But with that being said, it's a non-premium system, which means that the speaker wire in the doors and the speaker wires at the tweeter are going to be identical. I mean, it's the same shared wire. All right. If you have a digital multimeter, DMM, and you have continuity. Continuity is the little speaker sign. When you touch the two, it goes beep. Okay. If you have the driver's door off to access that driver's door speaker, it's this one right here. It's the little 5 lines. You got to use that one. So this one right here. If you set it to this, okay, and you take these two and you put them together, they make this noise. All right. This is a continuity test. Now, what that means you can do is if you have that driver's door off and you put this in a wire that you know is positive and you put it up here at the tweeter, one of the wires that's up there, it's going to do this noise. That's going to tell you that that wire is the positive wire. If you go to the negatives, the next 2 wires, that'll tell you those 2 are negatives. It's a shared wire. It might be a different color, but it's a shared wire. You could also do the same thing from behind the radio. If you know where the positive wire is behind the radio, you can go behind the radio and go to that wire, and that'll tell you. So continuity test is how you would do this. We have to do this all the time. There's no magic book that's going to give you this information.
Yeah.
But that's how you do it. If you don't have a digital multimeter, your cheap tool store, you could probably pick one up for 20 bucks with a continuity tester. Now, if you want to get like real crafty, which you probably don't because this is a more expensive tool, this is a polarity tester. Now this will allow you to, this is the Mobile Solutions PT9A Plus. This is what allows us to connect to a speaker, an output from a radio, and all that stuff and see what is positive and negative. But that's how you do it, man. There's no secret to it. There's no like magic website. There's no cool T-harness. However, you may be head over to metroonline.com and they may make, which they probably don't, but they may make a plug into the tweeter. But that's it. That's all. That's all there is to it.
All right, Brad SK88. Thank you for the 5, man.
Positive and negative is 100% important for polarity.
Yes.
If you get the polarity wrong, don't confuse polarity with phase. Okay, they're not the same thing. Polarity is a there again. It's the direction of power moving into the speaker. There's a positive pulse. There's a negative pulse. You have to have those 2 right. Phase is a derivative of time and positioning. So if you have a speaker like this and one like this, they may become out of phase, which means you could switch the polarity and put them back into phase. Okay, so it's 100%, because if you take and you polarity this one wrong and polarity this one wrong, 2 subwoofers, and you have them out of polarity, that means they're like this and they're going like that. They're out of polarity. Now, for years, people would call that out of phase. It's not out of phase, it's out of polarity. Flip this one, and now they'll move the same. Now, by the time both of them get to the front of the car, they may be out of phase with the speakers in the front, in which case we can flip the polarity and put them back into phase with the speakers in the front. Does that make sense? I know, right? Not the same thing.
Yeah, probably we have to talk about polarity.
Oh my God, phase conversation flashbacks from 4 years ago. Oh, I know, right? Good times.
Right.
Okay.
All right.
Tommy, who? Yeah.
Brad SK88. He dropped 5. I have an Alpine SPX 17 Pro 6.5
Nice.
in my car, and I like to run in a center channel. Any recommendations for finding a 3.5 with the match?
Oh, to match the timbre or timbre.
Timbre.
It depends. It's tomato.
Okay.
So they make. Gosh, here's the thing. They make that cool 2.5.
Yeah, they do.
Alpine makes a set of 2.5s, middlers, that would probably be pretty special for a center channel in that car. If you have room for both of them, that would be cool. But one of those would work really well. If you want it super bright, then I would probably pick up a second or a pair of the X-Type tweeters to team with it, and then just have extras. But I would do that. The only other... See, the problem is that like most 3.5s that have a big tweeter in the center of them, it's like a metal tweeter. I don't think the Illusions would match up with that set of... Because the Alpines are just so Alpine-y.
Yeah, so, yeah.
I don't know of any 3.5. I would just do the 2.5. I mean, to me, that would make the most sense. Anything outside of that would just be kind of odd.
What about the Audio Frogs?
I don't
the 25.
know. I don't know what their tweeter is. I don't see. The thing is, dude, those Alpines are just so weird. You know, it's hard. I mean, realistically, you just want to do that.
Yeah.
You blew my mind, Dean. Sorry, man. But you make me laugh every week, so let's just call it a trade-off. Any way to run ANC and add a sub without disabling the ANC 2021 Accord? No. All right, in the Accord, the ANC, automatic noise canceling, what is happening is it is listening to road noise that's outside of the cabin or generated inside the cabin, and it's trying to put it 180 degrees out of phase.
Yep.
Okay? Which is, as we know, noise canceling, that's how it works. So it pipes in the opposite of what it's hearing to eliminate it. Because we just talked about when you this, we get nothing.
Yeah.
The problem with the subwoofer is it looks at that frequency as road noise. You know, like when you go over a bump. Okay, well, it looks at the subwoofer as road noise. And it tries to generate the opposite of that, thinking that the only thing it has to do that is that little speaker in the back. Well, you create a perpetual loop at that point because it puts out more sound to eliminate the sound that it's creating, which then puts out more sound, and then it tries to put out more sound to eliminate the sound. So it goes, and that's why it does that, because you've created this...
It's annoying.
Nautilus of sound. So no, there's really no way to do it successfully. So you gotta unplug it.
All right, Brian, thank you for the 20, man. My Pioneer ABH 8500 in my 2011 Camaro, when using the navigation, reads 5 to 10 miles over the actual. When I Google the maps or Waze, the gauge screen on my speedometer reads normal.
Yeah.
But those Waze... Yeah.
Waze uses satellites. On an 8500, depending on how it was installed, might be the problem. There's a VSS wire, that's the pink wire, on the Pioneer units. For some reason, Pioneer has never been really that successful with the VSS wire, and the 8500 is no different. You may want to try disconnecting the pink wire behind the radio and then recalibrating the navigation system. It'll do once it sees there's no pink wire, it'll come up and say going to be working in hybrid mode. And when it works in hybrid mode, it actually uses the satellites, which is what your Waze and Google Maps and Apple Maps are using, which nowadays is actually almost more accurate than the 1990s VSS wire that they're using. However, the opposite could be true too. The opposite meaning that they didn't hook up the VSS wire, and that is also why it's mismatching, because it's in hybrid mode. Typically, when we did the 8500, we would always leave the VSS wire disconnected because it sucked. But that's really the only... That's it. It's going to be one of those two things that's causing the issue.
All right, talk about RAM. Hang on.
Random access memory or RAM?
No. Justo Andrade, thank you for the 50, man. The professionals from 5 Star, they install a white on my white 2017 RAM. Sounds ridiculous.
Who did what?
I think we installed
Oh.
his system.
Oh,
Happy
the RAM.
Easter. Happy Easter to you,
Oh,
man.
thank you, man.
Thank you.
All right, hold on. I want to... Dean, 400 watts, 6-1200 bridge to a set of Morel 3-ways, or stick with 125 each, no amp. No amp, thanks. Oh, okay, so...
Hey, what's up, Justin?
Hey, man. First off, if it's an LC, you could do the bridge thing. That wouldn't be terrible. Like that, we've done that. It doesn't work really well on the D. Don't do it on the D. If you have the D, then just go full active. You'll be better for it. If loudness is the goal, like I want as loud as possible, and I'm not as worried about placement, positioning, and aligning, and all that fun stuff, then go for the power.
Yeah.
Go for the power. However, if the end goal is loud, then go for the loud, bridge it.
Yeah.
Quality, don't bridge it. The other thought too that you could do that you're like, hey, if it's the LC, then you could also turn the LC, the 6, into a 4 and buy another 4 and or an ACM 2300 and use that for the tweeters. So think of it this way: if you have like a 10 channel, so if you have a DM810 and you have a 6-1200, 6-1200, 1 and 2 mid bass, 1 and 2 mid range, 3 and 4 passenger, 5 and 6 driver mid bass, ACM 2.300 tweeters, or another LC 4.800 tweeter rear fill, okay, and then something for the subwoofer. That would be really nice too. But the ACM, like if you're not doing anything in the rear, 2 ACM would be nice. And or depending on what you're going to do for the sub, the 4.800 and do 400 watts to a sub, like a single 12 or something like that. That'd be pretty
12,
nice.
12,
so like a 4.800, a 6-1200, a sub full active, bridge power for the doors. Ooh,
lots of power.
That would be nice.
Lots of power.
That would be awesome. How do you gain match a D6 1200 for active 3-way? You don't gain match, so you're not going to be running the gains all at the same level.
No.
What you would do is, more than likely, you're going to start at 0 dB. You're going to use your RTA to figure out where the gain needs to be, because
different for the tweeters, different for the
the tweeters are more than likely. You know, if you have, you can use the lights on top of the amplifier to set max gain, but I can tell you right now, you're going to be turning the tweeters down. More than likely, you'll be turning the mid-range down, because they don't need 120 watts at all. Like there's no yes, you're going to put 120 watts to them. The tweeter will never see 120 watts, and most of the time, like when we're doing something like that, we turn the tweeters down like 3 dB more than the mid-range, like actively, sometimes 4 or 5 dBs more than the mid-range, just because they're that loud and they're just too much.
All right, right here.
Yes.
I have a dual coil 2-ohm Pioneer sub and a single 4-ohm Pioneer sub, both 150 watts. I made dual one for a 4-ohm, 2 connected to the Addison SR 1500 mono 500 RMS amp. But even in the minimum level, sounds like it's blown.
Why? So, obviously without hearing it, I don't know. But one of the problems that I've seen people do accidentally is they hook up one of the coils wrong.
Like backwards?
The other thing too is that, there again, we were talking about polarity. If you have one woofer's polarity off to the other woofer's polarity, or because of their different performance levels, meaning this woofer is different than this level, they might have different efficiencies, and that different efficiency is causing a phasing issue because they're not moving the same.
I always thought that. Like, for example, like the dual 2s, they more efficient?
No, it just depends on the make, because I mean, if there again, you'd have to, like, let's say this one is 97 and this one is 94. Okay, that's
more efficient. Yeah.
You know, some of the frequency response is different. You know, so at that point the polarity's right, but they're not moving the same, and you're getting cancellation between the two. So
how
that
do you
could be the problem. Try doing one woofer and see how it works. Try doing the other woofer and see how it works. And if you combine them together, is that the problem?
Yeah.
If that's the problem, then try flipping one and see if that helps. And if that doesn't help, then you're going to have to either do one or the other or get 2 matching woofers. But try one woofer at a time.
Thank you, fan of the truth, man. See you later.
Hey, that brings us to time, man.
Yeah, all right, so the last one.
Last one.
How do you remove pins from a Kenwood harness? Do you need a round tool?
First off, I try to never depin a Kenwood harness because they don't like to be depinned at all. But you need a depinning tool, which is a great segue because
Perfect.
the place you can go to find all the cool tools that we use in our installations is DNF Tool Drawer. And on there, we're going to have a depinning tool. I believe it is under handheld tools, maybe? Let's find out. Hey, there it is. Hey, depinning tool right there. There's actually 2 sets. One of those, or these will take you to link to other ones. You don't have to buy these, but just click on these, and this will get you in the search category on your Amazon so that you can find which one you like. But DNF Tool Drawer is a place you can go find all the cool tools that we use in our installations. Teespring/store or teesprings.com/store/5stars place you can go to find all your cool swag. Christian just picked him up a set of Winter is Coming. I saw it. He sent me a picture of it the other day. So thank you, Christian, for picking that up. Also, make sure to keep an eye out for Wire Care. We're going to be the T-shirt of the month this month. We'll talk more about that as they become available. But it's a really super cool T-shirt that's going to be. It'll be right here. So that'll be fun. I think that's it. Oh. Yeah. And make sure if you have time to head over to Maestro. The new Maestro site is up and working. You guys are always asking about what harnesses and will it work and amplifier retention and all that. Well, this is the place we go to start. It just got better. So we're super excited to actually, if you're trying to find an installer, they have an installer near me now. So that's going to make things really nice. But yes, make sure to head over there and take a look and see what they got going on. And guys, we want to thank all of you for participating in today's show. If we didn't get to your question, we apologize. But you know what? Monday we'll be over on Facebook at 6:30. We're going to take some questions there, and hopefully we can get to yours. But we're also going to have the 2 new segments that we just added.
Yes.
Which are...
I forgot the laptop to show.
No, don't worry about it. We'll have them pick on Monday.
Okay.
We're going to pick a name. So Fernando has made a bunch of names that we're going to call the segment. We're at the 20-minute mark where we take a term and we dig deep into it and we explain it and we hammer it. And yes, don't worry. Some of you guys have said, well, can you put it up on the website so we can find them? Yes, I've started to do that. Hopefully this week I'll finish, and every week we'll add those into a folder, and you guys will be able to find those to make your lives easier. So yes, we're doing that. We're actively doing that now. And then at the 40-minute mark, we have cool stuff. We're just going to talk about something cool for a couple minutes. Of course, we'll answer questions between all of that. Don't forget to head over to the Clean Wire Club and put up your picture of your installation, your clean wire, your sexy wiring. And if it's really super sexy, Fernando might pick it as the wallpaper of the week. We should make a banner for that. Wallpaper of the week.
Wallpaper of the week.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
All right. Happy Easter, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Enjoy your Sunday.
Fuzzy hoppy hop thing.
Tell me how many eggs do you guys pick? No? We're good. Be safe.
Right,
see you guys on Monday.
Let me go through all this. Yeah.
Teesprings, if you actually
No, what I was going to say is it's Saturday night. What does that mean? That means tonight's the night to do stupid stuff, right? Yeah! So if you're going to do something stupid, make sure you don't go home stupid.
I think you're going to eat a lot of candies.
Uber, Lyft, maybe get food delivered, party at home. As much as we don't want to do that anymore, hey man, it's still the best thing to do. Yep. I'm going to have, it's freezing here, which is the last freeze of the summer. Here. So... well, for us. Yeah. So I'm gonna have a fire pit in the driveway tonight. I'm super excited about that. Have fun, guys. Wear masks. Do stupid things, but do them safely. And then we'll be able to see you back here 6:30 Monday over on Facebook.
That's right.
Where we'll have fun and answer cool things. We'll make everyone just a little bit more car audio centric. You guys have a wonderful weekend as always. Fernando, if you please.
Bye, guys.
Bye.